What's cracking with you people? This is Devious Wolf and welcome back to another episode of Let's Play Dead Space. In the last one, what did we do in the last one? Oh, that's right, we killed a giant butthole. Did I forget to mention that we're an engineer? Yeah, not a janitor, not a janitor. And in this one, well, we're going into the void.
This may be our last chance of getting out of here alive, Isaac. There's an asteroid loaded up in the mining bay waiting to be smelted. If you attach the SOS beacon to it, you can launch it away from the ship to make a clean broadcast. The beacon's on the maintenance subdeck. You can launch the asteroid from the control room. Damn, the control room is locked. It looks like they keep an emergency access key on the processing subdeck. Couldn't be easy, could it? I don't know how much more of this I can take.
Well, there we go. Let's see where we are. Okay, yeah, doing pretty good here. Our mission right now is to plant a beacon, but first we need to find a mining access key. Find the SOS beacon, and then plant the beacon. Let's go on and get started with that, but first, looting. Always want to grab whatever you can at the start of each level. This is your little downtime. They give you a good amount of stuff each and every time. You never know, especially in one gun runs, you might find something you want to sell. Welcome to the mining deck. Oh, also, if you notice on the ground here, they actually have where you're getting off at, like, I guess welded to the ground. It's just kind of strange because you know it's on the tram, the screen, but what are you gonna do? Since that's the only door, obviously that's where we're gonna go, but it's enough to come back here. The more stuff you can find, the better off you are, and the more chance to sell things. Ooh, power node. You wanna stock up on these things. There's a workbench. Once it goes in there, but let's look around a little bit more, just to be certain. Some more ripper blades. And there's some lockers. Is there anything in here? Ooh, plasma energy, nice. Stasis pack. Okay, I heard that. So now we have a store here and a workbench. Let's go ahead and use the workbench real quick. Just see what we have here. Not bad. Just on the safe side, just in case. Because you never know when they're just going to throw one at you. And it always helps to just kind of double check each and every time. Sorry if it's annoying you guys, but on hard mode runs, you really don't want to get caught off guard now. What were we going to work on next? Oh yeah, we're going to put a little bit more into the plasma cutter. Let's work on the reload speed, because honestly, I'm firing off at a distance to where I feel relatively comfortable not having an increased firing speed. Clear up some inventory space that we may or may not need. We don't need this, and we don't need this. Our stasis is empty, but we won't use a stasis pack just yet. You never know, we might actually bump into an actual stasis recharge. Buddy, I think you're on the wrong floor.
The mining subdeck is offline for some reason, Isaac. I'll see if I can run a bypass.
So that means which deck are we heading off to then? If the mining deck's offline. Well, we're going to head to the processing subdeck then. So we get the mining access key. I think that'd be a good first step. Okay. Had a feeling that was going to happen. Because you never know sometimes. The thing about this game, the thing that it does really well, is that you never really know when they're trying to jump scare you and when they're legitimately just going to throw enemies at you. Which I think works to this game's advantage. It keeps you guessing and always keeps the atmosphere a little bit tense. But at the same time, it can be a little bit annoying. Got an audio log here. Let's take a look-see, shall we?
This is Temple. I found Elizabeth, but there isn't a single space-worthy vessel in the whole goddamn bay.
Jacob, hurry up! We need to find a beacon.
There's gotta be one around here somewhere.
Take off his head. Doing some pretty much useless. Like I said, you want to be at least stomping off at least a head and maybe 2 limbs. Because the infectors, I have no idea what they actually call them, but those guys generally tend to go for course with heads on them. Okay, you're in the way, so I need to move you out the way. Oh. Hello. Probably some guy coming to the right now. I'm willing to bet. I think I shot that thing in this stomach. Nope, it would have died immediately if that's the case. I am just a horrible shot, aren't I? Just making sure. I mean, I'm sitting here trying to get a little crate thing, and next thing I know, the pregnants come walking at me. Just gotta keep stopping. Surprisingly, nothing came from that side, which honestly I was expecting it to actually happen. Some more contact energy. Stasis pack. Since we have 2 stasis packs, let's go ahead and use one. Gotta keep going that way, but let's look around just a little bit more. Yeah, just over and over here. So now in the last few episodes, I went on a bit of a tangent about movies. I have no idea where that came from, but I don't know. It just kind of happens. I mean, the main reason why I do a lot of these videos is, well, for one thing, it gives me something to do, and 2, I like playing games, and I like showcasing games I think are good, and showcasing games I think are bad. Dang! This is Mayweather, that guy. Off of his head. Now the one thing that we haven't seen a lot is actually Nicole. She just kind of pops up every once in a while, says "make us whole," and then just runs off. And like, we're trying to find you. You don't tell us where you are. I mean, seriously? Oh, this area. Okay. I know what area we're in now, actually. Now, one of the odd thing I find about this game is that even though I just got done saying they keep the tension up very, very well, after like large segments, like where like major events happen, for whatever reason, there are just chapters where like it feels like nothing happens. There's another store here. That text lock. Let's see what's happening here. Well, that's unpleasant. But yeah, it's like, if you've noticed, ooh, wow, I guess that's where the asteroid came loose. If you've noticed, there are instances where after like a major segment ends, and it is a little bit more obvious after we deal with the regenerator. But there are segments where it's just like nothing happens. And I don't mean nothing since like no action or nothing. It just feels like the tension, whatever tension was there, is gone. You know, it's like they give you too much of a breather.
Entering zero gravity.
There's a failsafe on the processing control door. It won't open until gravity is restored. But you can't turn on the gravity until those boulders are cleared from the room. Maybe you can dump them into that gravity beam with your kinesis gun.
Well, you heard the lady. What you gotta do now is you just gotta grab these and throw them in there. Careful you don't jump in yourself, because that will kill you instantly. And of course, you have enemies coming through the every which way you can think of, trying to kill you. Oh, hello. Go ahead and stasis some of these guys, because this is getting a little bit annoying. But it's like after we deal with the stalker, we have this. Like, even like this section here doesn't feel that tense now that we've dealt with the Stalker as well as the Leviathan. And that's more or less what I'm getting at here. Can I, there we go. But yeah, that's more or less what I'm getting at here, is that after we deal with those threats, it feels like the game didn't know how to properly balance. Well, this is just ridiculous. And I think I might be out of health packs. Might be. Nope, not doing with you. Yep. I'm out of health packs, and these guys are probably gonna kill me. Because I'm sitting here running my mouth, and I'm not killing the babies. The babies are by far the worst thing to deal with inside this game, just because they can hit you from a distance. Okay, he's dead. And you should be the last one, right? Ooh, there's a power node door right there. Neat. Okay, that should be all of them. Let's see if we can get ourselves some supplies here. Some pulse rounds. Some of that. I'm completely out of stasis. We gotta get over there to get those. Let's go ahead and check this check this power node door here. And believe me when I say this, you really do want to keep one power node on you, because you don't want to waste your time trying to travel back to a power node door. Because in the long run, it's just not worth it. It really isn't. Because you run the chance of having enemies respawn and just jump on you. going to use one of these and one of these. And since there's a store out there, we're probably going to go and buy some health packs here when we get the chance. But wow, that was just Anyway, the point I'm trying to make here is that that you really don't want to backtrack if you don't need to, you know. And this is one of those games I believe is paying homage to a classic like Resident Evil games I have little to no experience with, but I know it's like a standard for survival horror. But I don't think the game properly does a good job emphasizing that, you know what I mean? Like I said, it was like the areas where it was like I was on a thing earlier about how I felt like they don't that there are times okay. Yeah, so we got rid of those and they can restore things. I just gotta get my bearings right again. I believe we gotta go down here. But like I was saying earlier before I got completely sidetracked. They don't pace it well enough, you know? Like after dealing with the Leviathan, after dealing with the Stalker, this section, the only thing really tense about it, like in terms of like a scare, is the fact that you're just dealing with more Necromorphs. Okay. I see right here. This ain't nothing we haven't dealt with before. Admittedly, I'm probably gonna get jumped here around back. Oh, hello. You want to be careful with these guys because they explode. And I did a dumb and shot that thing right there, which is something you don't want to do because you only see those. Hello. See, I thought that was going to happen, but I have no idea when. But this really isn't that scary as much as it's just tense. And that's where I feel like Dead Space kind of fails as a horror game. Okay, so those guys are dead. I think we've killed all of them? Yeah. Because they don't keep the sense of danger flowing. It's superficial at best. Still a good game, I would say. It's best you just want like a decent thrill going through. Use the health back there. I don't know. I just don't feel like it keeps up the horror element very well. Especially much later in the game, where you're pretty much maxed out on most, if not all, of your ammo, and it doesn't really have its thrills. Oh, mining access kit. Before we get to that, let's take a look around here. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. Maybe that's just me. Because it definitely gets that atmosphere right.
That's the key, Isaac. It'll get you into the control room so you can launch the asteroid. Don't forget to attach the beacon first. I read another report on the colonist dementia. It seemed to start after they removed the marker from the planet. God knows how long it was down there.
Interesting. It's definitely pretty interesting. It seems the dementia started after they brought. That explains that guy there. that's more or less what I'm getting. It's like, because it does pick up again later in the game, but for some weird reason, it's like this chapter in particular, I don't feel like keeps that atmosphere up very well. Because in my mind, a horror game is supposed to, more than anything, scare you regardless. Like, no matter where you are, no matter what place you're in, you're supposed to always be on your toes. You're supposed to feel like you're going to die at any moment. Even when you have calm moments. Here, I don't feel like I'm going to die. We'll need some more plasma energy here. Okay, let's get a few more. Can we get any medkits? I believe they're down here, right? Medium medkit. Okay, we're going to get 1, 2. And I think that'll do it. No, I think that'll do it. I think two should do us. Like, I don't know, this feels like one of the easier chapters in the game. And I forget which chapter it picks up again later in terms of like the scares. But near the end of it, it definitely...
Recycle any unused materials regularly. Thank you.
You're welcome. I don't know, but that's just me. That's just how I feel about it. To anybody who's played more of the games, feel free. Now our next thing is going to be the SOS beacon, but feel free to leave a comment down below. But let's see right here. This isn't so much scary as much as it's just, oh look, another enemy's popped up. And you gotta be careful with that in horror games. Especially horror games where you can defend yourself. Okay, so the next one we gotta go to the maintenance deck, which we will do next time. I've been a Devious Wolf, and I'll catch you later.